Hi, I'm Simonsen. I am a health and wellness coach with a lifestyle medical practice here in Riverside, California. That's Southern California, with Dr. Wayne Dysinger, who is one of the founding members of the College of Lifestyle Medicine. And I am deeply entrenched in the pillars of lifestyle medicine. I wrote about it in my book, Aging Powerfully. And when I show culinary creations, whether they're mine or ones that I find that I want to share with you. The recipes are whole food, plant-based, no oil, and low salt. So I am taking a course through the Spalding Rehabilitation Center, which is the teaching arm of Harvard Medical School. And it's the Chef Coaching Training course. And Chef stands for Culinary Health Education Fundamentals. I will be taught to even better teach the fundamentals that anyone can grasp. And that's the whole point. I talk about recipes because I'm so familiar with cooking. I've done it since I was 10 years old, and I'm very comfortable with it. But this is teaching those of us, and they are medical professionals. There are physicians in this course. In this particular class I'm taking, there are 50 members, and there are dietitians and just any number of chiropractors, any number of people from healthcare, because they and I want to better teach people who really want to make a change, but need to understand what they can do through home cooking that can improve their health, and then how to do it if they don't know how. So what am I doing with this? One of the first recipes that we were asked to do, because we have courses, but we also have recipes that we're supposed to do at home, for showing us simplicity, is roasted vegetables. And this is turnip, rutabaga, and some carrot for color, because all they had in this first outline was just carrot and either kohlrabi or rutabaga, and I put in carrot for the color. Well, I have this divided. See, we were advised to put it on a large baking sheet, and this is called a jelly roll pan. Some people, I have for years, called this a cookie sheet, but when you have the edge, it's called a jelly roll pan. And to me, this is much more practical in a kitchen than just a cookie sheet. Cookie sheets are fine for cookies, and you can slide your spatula into that cookie area and pull it off easily without an edge on your way. But this is how you do anything that might have moisture and that might spill over, including jelly rolls, but I don't make jelly rolls. Okay, so I have this divided because I have the parchment paper we were advised to use on this side, and on this side, I followed their recipe exactly. And the recipe is, you have your approximate half inch cubed vegetables. They are lightly salted, lightly peppered. If you don't salt, then don't do it. If you use salt substitutes like Mrs. Dash, and there's a number of very savory salt substitutes that don't use salt, but they have a lot of flavor. We were to do that, but then we were to add to this recipe 3 tablespoons of olive oil. Oh my gosh, I could eat this whole pan, the entire pan of roasted vegetables, for maybe 200 calories, 300 calories, maybe. These are all root vegetables. They're higher in caloric count. I don't count calories. I haven't since I went whole food plant-based, which was 5 years ago. But by knowing caloric density, I can make better choices with what I eat. For example, oil is 400 calories a pound. Grains are about 300 to 400 calories a pound cooked, and legumes are about 500 to 600 calories a pound. I don't want 4,000 calorie a pound empty calories, whereas this is loaded with nutrition. So at the most, this pound of food would probably be 250 to 300, maybe even just two. I should look it up. But it doesn't matter. I did what I was told to do, and that is I made some with olive oil. But I also made the rest of it, which I intend to eat, with, I used aquafaba. I could have used just a little bit of broth, but aquafaba is the juice that you get from a can of chickpeas. Now, it's really probably the juice of any bean, but the chickpea is what's used most. That's what people call aquafaba. You could do it from your own cooked chickpeas, but the consistency might be different. It might be thicker or thinner than you would find in that standardized can. What do you do with it? Well, drain it, rinse the chickpeas, and then what do you do with the drained? Oh, shoot, I had something out I wanted to show you. Oh, here. This is what I do. I drain the aquafaba and I put it into this ice cube tray made by Tovolo. You cannot see that there, Tovolo. And it's silicone. Silicone is safe and a lot safer, completely safe as opposed to most plastics. And they're 2 tablespoons each. So I simply pour it in here, freeze it, put the, they pop right out, put the frozen aquafaba into a Ziploc freezer bag. And that's what I did. I needed, well, I've got another recipe and another video I'm going to do as soon as I finish. And so I made even more because the next recipe is the lentil salad, a lovely red lentil salad that also called for tablespoons of olive oil. And I won't eat it. So I'm not going to do a thing I won't eat. And so what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you how simple it can be to fill your refrigerator with delicious, healthy food, just chopped root vegetables, lightly salted or seasoned in any way you want with pepper. But there's a magic ingredient that's going to go on this when I finish. And I'll show it to you when I pull this out of the oven. And I will do a taste test. The ones that were done in oil, are they going to knock it out of the park flavor-wise for me? Or are these going to be just as good sans hundreds, 360 calories if I were using 3 tablespoons of oil of empty calories? We'll see. So I'll put them in my oven. And I always like to show off my oven. Can you see how pretty that is? It's lapis lazuli blue. And I've had it for, oh, I don't know, it's a convection oven, but I don't have it on convection because I wanted to do it the way most people can. It's set at 350. And it's not, I don't have it convection, even though I probably would if I were doing this on my own. But I wanted to show you that because when you don't cook with fat, when you don't cook with meats, ovens stay clean. Within a week or two of a oven that cooks meat, roasts, the ovens get just totally splattered and coated and sticky and icky. That's all I have to say. I'll get back to you to show you the end result. And we'll see you in just a bit. Oh, it will be in here for 15 to 20 minutes or until I see a light caramelization, a light brown. All right. Okay, I'm back. And I gave this 40 minutes. Oh. And gave it the job of decorating my floor. Okay. I think I would have done this longer and that I would have, no, not longer, higher temperature. Maybe 400 to get browning. But my guess is that the point of this isn't the browning. The point of this is to have it available in the refrigerator to put on anything. And it's not about the browning and it's not about the caramelization. I'm looking around because this is what I want to show you. Tim, you can do what you're doing. My husband just got home and we're heading out in just a bit. And he's making us mocktails. Now, what is a mocktail? It's Spindrift, the little canned, sparkly, say hi, Tim.
Hi, guys.
spindrift. And then we put, oh boy, is this demo going sideways. And then we put balsamic reduced balsamic vinegar. This is Grand Reserve Napa Naturals. It's 4% balsamic as opposed to 6% balsamic. You can't do this here.
Oh, it's true. You're trying to do that. Yeah, I'm not invade your cooking demonstration.
Anyway, so this is sumac. Lemony, kind of earthy, beautiful actually. And the recipe calls for a half a teaspoon of sumac. I am just totally moving it here. Okay, in terms of professionalism. Okay, and I'm going to scatter it on the vegetables. This is the side that I used oil on. So I'll scatter a little on this. And let me tell you the difference. And maybe you can see it. The non-oil side, interestingly enough, didn't shrink as much as the side with oil. This is slightly softer than the other side. There's no difference in flavor. There's a difference in mouthfeel, very slight. And see, I'm not used to this. See that? A little bit of oil and it made it greasy. When I washed the bowl that I tossed this in, there was oil in it. I'm not used to that. I can wash my dishes almost without soap because, well, I'm of course exaggerating. There's fat in avocado and things, and we have avocado sandwiches. But the point is, I'm just not used to oil on anything, and it's so much cleaner not to have it. But these did shrink up a little, and I want to toss it all with the sumac, because the idea of the sumac is with one simple flavoring, we now have a bright, kind of a spark added to our vegetables. That's really very nice. Simple food done simply, while I did 3 loads of laundry in another video. I can have it in the refrigerator for 5 days. Season it more if you want. You could add a little parsley to it, again, for a little bit of color. And herbs always add a little bit more nutrition, but there you are. Isn't that nice? Okay. That's it. I hope you got something out of this. As I'm learning, I'm going to keep showing these videos of maybe some techniques that will help all of us understand how quickly we can throw a meal together. Have a great day. I know I will. Give us a like, give us a thumbs up. It keeps people paying attention to lifestyle is medicine, aging powerfully, and living your best life. Bye-bye.